yesterday we talked about, thank you, Randy, 50 iconic top songs, the iconic top songs that were surveyed by a computer program by entering information from resources such as VH1, Rolling Stone magazine, Q, and another source or two that I wasn't really familiar with, but I will familiarize myself with them so we know where these sources are coming from. Information from those were entered into a, quote, computer program and came up with 50 titles that some of them I was not impressed with, and the overall list, I guess here I go filter free, the entire overall list I was not impressed with, because there was not one standard by Frank Sinatra or Bublé. There was not any classical music by Mozart or Bach or Beethoven. There was not any, 50 iconic songs of all time, and you couldn't come up with one George Jones song, one Randy Travis song, one Hank Williams song, one Merle Travis song. Are you kidding me? So we at Real Gary Tussey Live are keeping it real, and so is the posse that weighs in every morning. We had mixed somebody of music stature is asking me, was Prince in it? We'll have to go back. I don't want to run out of time here and I don't think Prince was in it. We'll pull that up later, or we'll archive that in the programs and see. Today on the music edition of the Real Gary Tussey podcast, we're paralleling two things, and it's going to take two podcasts to do it. And that's fine, because we record two in the AM hour between 5 and 6 in the morning on Real Gary Tussey Live. And we're going to look at the list of the best-selling physical singles of all time, paralleled with the top-selling digital downloads of all time, okay? You are going to be amazed at this. This is just nothing short of amazing. So here we go. I'm going to start reading this. We're going to enjoy this. Are you with me? Hang with me, posse. This is really good, especially music lovers. This article is a compendium of the best. That's not a word I use every day, so I'm sounding out the syllables. Remember how in school we learned? Does anybody remember? This might tell my age. Does anybody remember diagramming sentences? What was that about? Maybe it has helped us. Then we actually used to study language. Remember that? And we used to actually study cursive writing. Anyway, I'll try to focus here. I'm off the chain by end of the week, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I kind of enjoy being off the chain. It's free out here, and we're all about being free and setting people free. This article is a compendium of the best-selling music singles. The criteria for inclusion on this list is to have sold at least 5 million copies worldwide. The singles list here were cited by reliable sources from various media such as digital journalism, newspapers, magazines, and books. It is notable that according to Guinness World Records, White Christmas of 1942 by Bing Crosby is the best-selling single worldwide with estimated sales of over 50 million copies. The song, recognized as the best-selling single of all time, was released before the pop rock singles chart era and was listed as the world's best-selling single in the first ever Guinness Book of World Records published in 1955, and remarkably still remains the title more than 50 years later. Also, Guinness World Records states that double A-side charity single Candle in the Wind in 1997, and the flip side of that being Something About the Way You Look Tonight in 1997 by Elton John, a tribute to the late Princess Diana of Wales, is the biggest selling single since UK and US singles charts began recording in the 50s, having accumulated worldwide sales of 33 million copies. So Bing Crosby's is over 50 million. Elton John with his tribute of Candle in the Wind and Something in the Way You Look Tonight. Something About the Way You Look Tonight is at 33 million copies. That's still a pretty good sized gap, but making it that makes Elton John's song the second best-selling single of all time. The list is split between physical, mainly CD and vinyl sales, and digitally download tracks, which first became available to purchase in the early 2000s, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. So I scroll down here a little bit and I look at the top sales, physical sales of a record or recording or a song. I'm going to list these real quick. I think you're going to appreciate this. So number one, as we mentioned, is White Christmas in 1942 in sales of excess of 50 million. Elton John, Candle in the Wind, and the flip side, Something About the Way You Look Tonight. 1997, 33 million sales. Now, this is interesting. You're going to love this. I do. Mungo Jerry. Anybody remember the artist Mungo Jerry? In the Summertime, 1970. Anybody remember that song? Man, all I have to do is say the title, In the Summertime, and I am just rushed with memories. I wish I had time. I do have time. I'm going to take it. I remember washing my father's Corvair in 1970 with my little brother. I think my mom has a picture of us wet and looking like just drowned rats. And of course, I mean, I'm only 9 in the summer of 1997, and my brother is only 7, so I don't know how much good we are washing it, but we were out there helping in our skivvies and washing that Corvair. Dad had a Corvair convertible, and it was maroon with a black top convertible, and this song would play in 1970. This song has sold over 30 million copies. And number 4 is Bing Crosby, Silent Night, who has sold over 30 million copies. Now, that was in 1935. That was a predecessor to White Christmas. So, Bill Haley in the comments, Rock Around the Clock in 1954 sold 25 million copies. Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, sold 20 million copies in 1992. Elvis Presley, It's Now or Never, in 1960, sold over 20 million copies. USA for Africa, We Are the World, and you may remember that. If not, you can see it on YouTube. It is pretty amazing. Various pop artists at the time chimed in and recorded We Are the World in order to raise money, charity for starving and famine in Ethiopia. We Are the World, 1985, sold over 20 million copies. The Ink Spots, If I Didn't Care, in 1939, sold over 19 million copies. Baccara, help me with this one. I do not recall this song or the artist at all. Yes, Sir, I Can Boogie, in 1977. I might remember that. Well, I know I will remember it when I hear it. I'll be Googling. This is so fun for me to do a little bit of research. I do it early in the morning, so it's fresh before I start at 5 o'clock. Then I follow up on this after we make it news for the entire globe to hear here on Real Gary Tussey. So Baccara, which I do not recall, and the title of the song I do not recall, in 1977 was Yes, Sir, I Can Boogie. 1977, sold over 18 million copies. Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On, 1997, sold over 18 million copies. People were buying records in 1997 still. So Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. You know, Christmas songs really make a showing on these lists, don't they? All I Want for Christmas Is You, 1994, by Mariah Carey, 16 million. Bryan Adams, Everything I Do, I Do It For You, 1991, over 15 million. Now this one's unbelievable. John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. I had to stop myself from saying Olivia Neutron Bomb. Don't throw anything at me. You're the One That I Want, in 1978, sold over 15 million copies. We're out of time on today's podcast. Live and let live. Be free and set others free. And apply a high energy pursuit for happiness today. Tussey out.